Hello everyone. So today we are going to work on NPC systems interacting with these interactable objects. So here you can see these red NPC characters. They are either like sitting on a chair, or some of them will come to a barbell and start doing some exercises and leave. So they are also not competing for any of the objects. So once they are done, they will leave and someone else can come. And also player, in the same way, player can also interact with these objects. So it's not just these two this chair and this barbell. This is a pretty extendable system. You can have different types of objects that can be interacted using the same interfaces and the setup that I have used. So both player and NPCs alike can interact with these objects. Okay, so let's see how to do this today, and I'll wait until the player drop the weight. Okay. And this episode is sponsored by this General Spectrum. Thank you very much for your support. Okay, so now we have this system where we can go to these objects and interact, and also after that we can go to one of those chairs and sit down. But until now it's only available for the player, so we don't have a system where NPC characters, so AI driven characters, to interact with these objects. So that's what I'm going to do today. Okay, so first let's create an NPC character by extending a child class from this BP third person. So I'll call it BP third person NPC, and to have a visual distinction, let me duplicate these instances here. Let me duplicate and give them a different color. Wait. Okay. Let me copy the color so that I can use the same color in the other material as well. Right. Now pin 1, I'll assign pin 2, this pin 3. Okay, now here is our NPC character. So here I don't want to create a separate AI blueprint or a behavior tree and implement a full AI system. I just want to test or demonstrate a way to interact with these interactable objects. So basically a prototype. So therefore I'll implement the AI logic here in the blueprint itself. So first, to allow communicating with these interactable objects, I'll define a blueprint interface BPI interactable. let me rename this as start interaction 1 because I'm gonna use the same name, start interaction, in the interface itself. So here start interaction, and here I'll give a character reference. Interacting character. Now in this BP interactable actor, I'll implement the BPI interactable interface. So now I should have that start interaction function like this. So I basically want to convert this start interaction 1 to use this. So how can we do it? Where? Let me just promote this to a variable interacting character. Oh wait, we already have this interacting actor, so this is somewhat confusing. Yeah. So therefore I'll change this to interacting actor, sorry, to actor, just actor type. Right, now we don't need this. We can set the interacting actor here. Okay, and continue the same thing, but this hide interaction, let me delete this. So hide interaction part only applicable for player, but even if I leave this, it wouldn't be a problem. Right, now where else I use this? Okay, so this happens when a player is interacting with this object. So that means we can use start interaction without this one, and as interacting actor we can give the reference that we already have because we are setting it here. Okay, now let me go to the chair. Here I'll use start interaction event in place of this old function. So I need to do the same change in the barbell as well. If you are not clear why am I doing this change, it will be clear when we start working on the NPC. First, let me check if things are still working. Yeah, seems to work. It's too slow. I should have simply sat on the chair. Right, it's still working. Nothing is broken. Okay, now let's head back to our NPC. So here in the begin play, I'll do this get all actors with interface. and the interface is PPI interactable. Then I'll promote this to a variable interactable actors. Okay, now I'll add a custom event random action. So from these interactable actors we can get one item randomly. So how we can get random integer with the max being the length of this interactable actors array. So this will return a random item in this array. So then we can make the character move to one of those items and start interacting. So here AI move to location. So upon is self and location. I'll give this target actor with 20. Maybe 20 is too small. 50. Not really sure actually. As the acceptance radius, and on success, I should promote this to a variable. Interactable object. Right. On success, we can get the interactable object and call start interaction and give a reference to self as the interacting act. Alright. So first thing, in order to allow NPC characters to move, we need a nav mesh. Okay, if I press P, you can see the nav mesh, and here we see the nav mesh is broken here because these objects are blocking the nav mesh. Why such a large area though? Let me just enable collisions. Doesn't make sense why this area is huge, this blocked area. It shouldn't be that large. Let me move it completely. Because if there is this much of a navigation not developed area, the character may have problem reaching to this object. Do we have can ever affect navigations? Let me disable this. Nothing changed. Oh wait. I'll make it false here. Not. So it should be applied to both barbell and the chair. Right, anyway, let's see if it works first. So let me drag and drop an NPC character, and wait, I didn't start this function, call this function anywhere. So in the begin play, I'll have a delay. Well, maybe let's have a delay here. Delay of 1 second. By the way, this is a bit expensive function as I know, but since we are only calling it once, shouldn't be a problem. Random action. Let's see now. Oh, wait. What happened? Oh, sorry. I should call it on success. Nothing happening. I guess the navigation is failing. Wait. This should be the target. Maybe. But that shouldn't be a problem. Let me just add a print here. Navigation failed. Yeah, I got the message here. Navigation failed. Okay. Wait, did I delete the navmesh? Okay, but if I disable this can never affect navigation, character will go to the object without any issue. Not here, we need to check chairs. But the problem is now that even underneath the chair is also considered as a navigable space, the NPC characters can get stuck in these chairs. So what we can do is, let me keep it disabled, and we can add a navigation this nav modifier. So if it is null, it's considered as a non-navigable area. Oh, it's too large. Let's try something like 2020. Right now, instead of null, I'll set it to obstacle. So that means in general it represents a high cost area that shouldn't be traversed by anyone unless no other path exists. So if the character wants to sit on the chair, it will have to go there. It will take that path. Otherwise, it will not try to use the area near the chair for navigation. So that should work for our purpose. Okay. Right. Now it works. The next thing we want to do is the interaction part works, but the character stays there indefinitely. So we should implement something else also. A way to stop interaction. We already have end interaction, so I'll also rename this and add a function end interaction. So here and interaction. So I'll do the same thing. Simply set interact into false, and in the VP chair and interaction do the same thing as this and interaction 1, and do the same thing in barbell also. Wait, in barbell we don't have an interaction. Yeah, that's fine. Here, now for the player input part, instead of this I'll call and interaction. Now we can get rid of this function. Let me quickly test if things are still working. Yeah, I need to test with the chair. Yeah, it's working. Okay, we can now finally look into the NPC. So here, so please note that we are not addressing any issues such as what happens if navigation failed for some reason. So things like that yet, because we are not really using a behavior tree. So, but as a quick workaround, here we can have a delay. A random delay. Between 3 to 6 seconds and attempt the same thing, which is again random action. And yeah, after we interact, we can again have a delay. This can also be a random delay. Between 6 to maybe 5 to 7 seconds. And here we need to stop interaction. So get the interactable object, stop interaction, no, end interaction. Right. And then again we can have some delay and continue. So like this. So this could be a problem for barbell, I think. Right, it stopped. Oh, it selected the same. Stopped. Alright. Can I still interact? Yeah. But then if in the same time, if NPC guy choose to interact with the same object, there could be a issue. So we need to address that too. And one more thing, to make this part a bit clear, barbell. Here I'll call end interaction and do this. This part is actually the end interaction. So here end interaction. Wait. And interaction, let's use this interface. But a problem could be there, because here we ask the character to end interaction regardless of what's going on in the action. So what if the character is still in the middle when we call end interaction? That could be a problem. Let's see. Yeah, see, that's what I meant. So perhaps we need a workaround for this. For this only, we can introduce an additional variable. Done. Action completed. By default it's false, and in here I can set it to true. Set action completed to true and end interaction. Oh, it didn't work. Wait, I didn't use it, so I just defined the variable but didn't do the check here. So branch action completed. Now to test we had to wait until NPC guy choose to do a barbell. Okay. Maybe we shouldn't. Oh, another thing. Let me have multiple NPC characters. Now we can see how they are competing for same thing. See? So we can, to address that issue, we can do something like this. In the interactable actor, I can have another variable, not a macro, variable. occupied. By default it would be false. But when the character interact, we can set occupied to true. And yeah, oh, we don't need this anymore. Can set occupied to true, and when we released, set occupied to false. Now you may wonder, we can use the same interacting function as well. So yeah, but we can set occupied even before characters start interacting. Possibly when one of the NPC characters choose to go there. Here, when one NPC character choose to go there and interact, we can mark it as occupied. So how to do that? Toggle occupied. Well, no need to toggle. We can just mark as occupied. I don't think at the moment we need to toggle. Once a character stop interaction, it should be automatically marked as non-occupied. So set occupied to true. Alright, now here in NPC character, when we select, let me get some space, select some object, we can check is occupied. Oh, for that also we need an interface event. Is, let's call it available, not instead of calling occupied. Should return a boolean that says whether yes or no. If it is true, it should be yes. Is available, I'll add a question mark too. Now here we should simply return not of occupied. So that means if occupied is true, it should return false. That means not available, and vice versa. Okay, so that part is done. Here, now we can check is occupied, so is available. If it is true, good, we can proceed. Otherwise, we will have to look for another object. Well, we can even wait a bit too. Wait, no. Here, let's have a smaller delay. 1 second. And call this introduction, because it doesn't look cool when the characters just stand around without doing anything at all. So 3 to 6 seconds could be a bit too much. Now they should not try to reach the same chair. Oh no, we didn't mark anything as in occupied. So here, once we choose to move, we can get it and mark as occupied. You have to do that. See? What's going on here? Right, I think I know this part. So we called end interaction and start to look for the next job. That's why that character was moving while doing the exercise. So I think this end interaction should have a return value to say whether it's ended or not. Here, end interaction. Let's have return value finished. Now this is going to be an error because this has to be a function now. Return true. But for the barbell, this is a bit complicated. Since we have this move component to node with the delay, we can't put everything inside a function. So I'll create a custom event, release barbell, and connect it like this. Right, then let me cut this part and end interaction. Add a call to parent function. And wait, we need to do this check before calling the parent function. If this is true, we can return true as finished. Otherwise, we have twice. Also, we need to call release barbell as well. So if this is false, we can return false, finished with the false. Now it should be fine. Let's see until someone come to barbell. Oh wait, I forgot one part. Even though I did implement this part, we didn't use it. So only if this is true, we can proceed. If it is false, we will have to wait to end the interaction. Maybe not 5-7 seconds, maybe less than that. So we have another delay of 1 second. That should be enough. What's happening now? Oh, it returns false. For the chair, okay. Ah, right. For the chair also, we need to do the same thing as barbell. So this should be a custom event. Please share. And interaction. Here we don't have action completed. We can simply add a parent call and return true, but before that we need to call please share. Right, let's see now. No one is trying to acquire an already acquired object. So now someone else have the chance to grab the barbell. Right. Okay. Oh, something went wrong. Alright, problem is action completed by default false. And we mark it as true here, but then it remains true. So whenever we start interaction, we again need to mark it as false. So set action completed false. Okay. And another problem could be if player start interacting with this, and if player was not interacting but start interacting while an NPC character coming to the object, there could be a problem. So and if I press E again, nothing happens, which is a good thing, because if it is already interacting, we should not even show the message. So here, if it is occupied, we should not get the message. Occupied branch. Only if it is not occupied, player should be able to interact. That should resolve that problem. See, now I don't get the message. Here I get. See, but I don't get the message when someone is already sitting in the chair. Okay, so I think we can stop this episode right here. Perhaps to make this look a bit better, we can set the movement speed to a bit smaller, back to 50. So they are not always running. It looks more natural. Now, even when the player is interacting, they should not come. Okay, and I think they are still trying to reach the chair from the side. Yeah, why is that? Perhaps I should increase this 70, but that's not, those are like minor issues. So yeah, our system is working, so we can stop this episode right here. Thanks for watching. As always, project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.